The Ark of Truth is an antiquated tool designed to de-brainwash the adherents of the Ori, malevolent entities with the characteristics of gods who draw strength from the adoration of their followers. SG-1 looks for the Ark while being directed by Daniel Jackson's visions, which are reportedly remains of his shared consciousness with Merlin. They take the Odyssey to the Ori galaxy by passing via the Supergate. Marek, a member of the IOA, International Oversight Advisory, an international organization that controls the Stargate program, and Tomin, a rebel commander of the Ori forces, are with them. Tomin suffers from the wrongs he committed on behalf of his evil overlords, just like Teal'c did in the first few seasons of Stargate SG-1. Teal'c cruelly informs Tomin that even if he would never forgive himself, he still needs to try to help other people. Based on a tip from the anti-Ori resistance, SG-1 beams down to the Ori planet Celestis to search for the Ark, but Lieutenant Coles. Carter and Mitchell return to the Odyssey when they discover that Marek has imprisoned himself with the Asgard core, a sophisticated device set up by Earth's Asgard friends. Marek inserts a chip into the core and starts a software that creates a replicator before they can reach him. Self-replicating devices known as replicators attempt to take over any ship or planet they come across. Naturally, the replicator flees within the ship as Marek reveals that the IOA never thought SG-1 would discover the Ark. The IOA's strategy for taking out the Ori's supporters is called unleashing replicators. Jackson, Teal'c, Vala, and Tomin descend into a network of tunnels that Jackson was made aware of by Merlin as Carter and Mitchell battle the replicators for control of the Odyssey. They discover the Ark, but many Ori motherships are drawn to the Asgard core before they can depart for the embattled Odyssey. The party on Celestis and the Ark are left behind when the Odyssey escapes by leaping into hyperspace. All are taken captive and brought to the Ori city, except Teal'c. An Ori prior has visited Earth in the meantime to argue with General Landry, who imprisons him. Later, advancing Ori motherships pose a threat to Earth. Daniel Jackson sees Merlin once more when he is sequestered in his cell. He understands that all along, he had been seeing Morgan Le Fay, the ascension of Morgan Le Fay, the ancient who had attempted to assist SG-1 in locating the Sangral, the ancient weapon that had destroyed the Ori. Jackson is informed by Morgan that they only need to subject one prior, any prior, to the Ark of Truth. After that, the other staffs will transmit the information that Adria and the Ori are false gods to the other priors. She assures him that she is doing everything possible when he asks for further assistance. Outside, Teal'c has arrived at the soggy plain around the city of the Ori, where he passes out. An ascending creature, perhaps Morgan Le Fay, heals his wound. He enters the city after regaining his vigor to save Jackson and the others. Marek, aboard the Odyssey, has apparently been consumed by the replicators. Carter searches the Asgard core for the code that Marek hinted would shut down the replicators. The replicators drop the Odyssey out of hyperspace. The Ori ships catch up quickly and start shooting. Mitchell finds the replicator queen and plants a bomb nearby. He's interrupted by a torn-up Marek who's controlled by a large replicator embedded in his back. Mitchell and Marek fight. When Mitchell pries the replicator's prong out of Marek's head, Marek comes to himself and reveals that the replicator shutdown code is on the back of the chip he installed in the Asgard core. Then the replicator regains control of Marek, and Mitchell electrocutes him. He finds the detonator for the bomb he planted near the Queen and radios Carter to tell her where to look for the shutdown code. As Mitchell sets off the bomb, Marek is coming after him again. The explosion kills Marek and we think the replicator queen, but Carter and her team don't have much time to focus on finding the shutdown code because they are too busy fending off the other replicators. A swarm of tiny replicators is moving in the opposite way as Mitchell, who is hurt and worn out, watches in horror as the replicator that controlled Marek recovers into the form of his skeleton. In the Ori city, Vala, Jackson, Tomin, and Teal'c try to activate the Ark. They succeed as the head prior enters the room. He's instantly deprogrammed and collapses in shock when he realizes how much harm he's done in the name of the Ori. As Morgan Le Fay promised, the truth is infectious, and it spreads to the other priors in the Ori galaxy. Adria, weakened by the loss of the priors, is now vulnerable, and Morgan attacks her. They disappear in a swirl of ascended being light. Carter finds and executes the replicator shutdown code just in time to save Mitchell. Mitchell tries to surrender the crippled Odyssey to the Ori ships that are still attacking, but the Priors aren't interested and keep shooting, until suddenly they stop. The Ark's infectious truth has spread to the ships. Back on Earth, General Landry returns the captive Prior's staff, then exposes him to the Ark. The staff communicates the truth to the Priors in the Ori ships that are poised to attack, and the Earth is saved. Vala talks with Toman as he prepares to go home and assume the leadership of his people. She declines to go with him, saying she hopes her place is on Earth, with SG-1.